the Hillsborough Motorcycle Club has promoted the International Sunflower Meeting. On this, its 10th anniversary, the guest list is as impressive as ever. Leading the Challenge and the British Super Cup Series, the Yamaha pairing of Jamie Whittam and Neil Mackenzie. Whittam's been guest of honour before. He took away the big prize in 1988. You'll also find Jim Moody's name on the Sunflower Trophy. He won it 2 years ago and would love to round off the season with another visit to the engravers. The best chance of local success lies with the smaller machines. Last year's 125cc double champion Phelim Owens is a Bishop's Court specialist, but the return of Robert Dunlop may rewrite the records. And all eyes on Alan Patterson. Last year he came close. This time he's even hungrier for success. We'll also feature the best of the three-wheeled action from the sidecars, but we start with the very first race of the day. That's for the 250cc machines. Scotsman Callum Ramsey on the Aprilia had a flying start from the third row of the grid and has led the race from the start. Going into the sixth lap, Ramsey's being chased by local rider Alan Patterson, and commentary is Barry Nutley.
Impressed with Morgan, number 71 David Morgan on the Honda. He's right with Alan Patterson, who has ridden all over the world in World Championship events. Now you'll see Ramsey's Aprilia go away from the Yamaha dramatically fast down the straight. Where is Owens? Owens up to third, number 9, Owens up to second. Aprilia 1 and 2. Callum Ramsey, race leader, Phelim Owens down to third because Alan Patterson will not be denied second place easily, and he's fought back into second place on his own Yamaha. Just makes you wonder how Patterson would go on an Aprilia. He's riding the wheels off this Yamaha, there's no doubt about it. And the Aprilias have the edge on speed, clearly. Ramsey, number 6, there he goes. He's now edging away, maybe 5, 6, 7 machine lengths. Rights and lefts, rights and lefts. This right-hander at the end of the straight, Dunsford taken in second gear, driving hard, up to third, fourth, fifth. They will hit sixth just after the start-finish line, about 135 miles an hour at this point on a 250 into Brooks Bend. The right-hander now, Island Gore. Let's do a lap of Bishop's Court with Callum Ramsey, the race leader. The right-hander of Island Gore, the left-hander of Larchwood. Now, ahead of him, the hairpin. So all the way down now into second gear on the hairpin. Round the hairpin, careful how you drive out of here. Along the short straight and up the inside, almost goes Patterson. Through Deegan's, the right-hander again. Into fairways. A succession of short, sharp rights and lefts here. At fairways, Alan Patterson, number 23. This is where he closes dramatically and does it on corner speed. Ramsey knows that Patterson will not give an inch. He is a real trier. Oh, the right-hander again. Now, as they drive out of here, onto the start-finish straight is Patterson and Ramsey almost on the grass, side by side, over the line. Again they go. And Phelim Owens, number 9, with sheer speed on the Aprilia, almost grabbed second place. Right-hander of Island Gore, through Brooks they go. Island Gore again. Patterson has got to do something here. He must get past the race leader in order to give himself enough of a cushion to get on the straight. And what? As I speak, Alan Patterson must have been listening to me because he made the move. Now what he has to do is use his superior technique through this succession of bends. He missed a gear. Alan Patterson missed a gear. His head shook in disbelief. And Callum Ramsey, number 6, swept by again. Well, this is breathtaking stuff to open the proceedings here at Bishop's Court. And Patterson did everything, had it all set up there, but was unable to capitalize on all that hard work. Missed a gear and let Ramsey go through. And if Ramsey's in that position coming onto the straight, and you will see now, watch the Aprilia. On the inside, though, it's Patterson. But watch the speed of the Aprilia. Once it gets onto the straight, it goes away like a rocket ship. That's going to be Patterson's problem. Oh, and Owens has gone past Alan Patterson. I would not have expected that on the brakes at the end of the straight. Up to second place then, Phelim Owens. Back to third, Phelim Owens, as Alan Patterson dives through again at the end of the straight. Larchwood, the left-hander, the hairpin. Now this is where he'll go inside Callum Ramsey if he can get close enough. Second place, we're looking at him now, number 23, Alan Patterson. These three, it's anybody's race, it really is, but Callum Ramsey, having led from the start, is going to be a hard man to beat in the sprint down to the flag, that's for sure. Through the succession of rights and lefts, fairways running into Ringawadi, onto the, exiting this one, they'll come onto the right-hander, and will sweep into full view. Here's Patterson again, having another hard look round this double right-hander. It makes it very, very difficult. Phelim Owens in third place is not close enough. They have one lap to go. There's the lap flag, last lap flag, 1.8 miles. And Callum Ramsey has the cushion I think he needs. Second place, Alan Patterson has a bigger problem in the shape of Phelim Owens closing up on his rear wheel. No, he has not given up yet by any means, Alan Patterson. He wants to win this one. He's hungry for it. Double 250 winner here. Oh, and he's on the inside. Is it going to be enough? The Aprilia's quick, we know that, and away it goes again. As I say, Patterson might just have a problem with Phelim Owens, number 9, in third place. And I have to say, I don't think he's close enough. He's beaten here on sheer speed, despite riding out of his leathers, and into the last left before the right of Dunsfort. Callum Ramsey leading, Patterson closing, but when it comes down to speed, we know the Yamaha is not in the same class. In the nicest of ways, Callum Ramsey gets the win. A good ride by Ramsey. Alan Patterson will be out for victory in the second 250 race, and Phelim Owens came in third.
So first honours of the day going to the visitors. Callum Ramsey just that bit too quick for local men Alan Patterson and Phelim Owens. Can they make amends in the second race? We'll find out later in the programme. So on to the first Superbike outing of the day, and it was no real surprise that the big three of Jim Moody, Jamie Whittam and Neil Mackenzie had qualified in the top 3 positions. However, it's Moody's Suzuki in pole position, half a second faster than Whittam, and as we join the race in the 7th lap, he's led right from the start.
This is really a turn-up for the books. It'll be interesting for this Bishop's Court circuit to stage one of the British Championship rounds, just to see what... Oh, up to third goes Mackenzie. I was about to say what Moody could do in the National Championship at this circuit. He clearly likes it. First place then, number 91 Moody. Second place, number 3 James Whittam. Up to third has gone Neil Mackenzie. Those two tying for the British Championship lead, and that cannot be far from the front of their minds, I would have thought. Next week, Donington Park. We'll see the championship come to its conclusion. Both the Yamaha men want to win it, and number 91 Jim Moody, race leader, is lying 6th in that championship and has little or nothing to lose by really going for it here at Bishop's Court. The pit crew will be sticking their board out to Moody, telling him that Whittam is very close. He'll know that for himself because he'll see the Yamaha rider's front wheel every time he flicks it. Well, maybe he won't. Yamaha rider James Whittam just staying at a respectful distance, lining Moody up possibly for the start-finish straight. I'm fascinated just how quick the Suzuki is onto the straight. They are at Dunsfort now, the right-hander, and let's follow Jim Moody round a lap of this circuit, and maybe James Whittam will make his move this time. Moody now knows where he is because he had a glance over the right shoulder and he could see for himself that Whittam is lining him up for the left-hander of Brooks. Moody sweeps across the front, denying Whittam the opportunity. Alan Patterson is running very well, having just gone over the start-finish line on his 250. Oh, dear me, look at this. Moody has gone through. James Whittam has gone through. Number 47, the tail-ender, Kieran McCrory. He's been passed by Moody. Always difficult time. McCrory does the respectable thing and moves over, knowing full well that the guys on the Suzuki and the Yamaha respectively are going significantly quicker than he. The sun out with a vengeance now here at Bishop's Court. Onto the start-finish straight again. Got the two riders locked. Horns now in a tooth and nail struggle as the last lap flag being shown. So a little over 1.5 miles now for Jim Moody, hoping to fight off this determined challenge by James Whittam, the 34-year-old Huddersfield rider. Oh, a wheelie there, and Whittam pops a wheelie past James Moody. Jim Moody there, not quite sure where the Yamaha man came from, and I have to ask myself, was that one for the crowd? Look at Whittam in front then, number 3, James Whittam on the Yamaha, Jim Moody in second, and Mackenzie in third. Moody, though, fighting back, not giving up that easily, suspecting that maybe there's a little bit more left in the Yamaha ahead of him, which might make it difficult for him to get the Suzuki past, but he's certainly going to have a go. First and second place. They are on the last lap now. Oh, and up the inside almost went Jim Moody, but the Yamaha, I think, is going to have the legs to the checkered flag. Whittam gets the win. Moody gets second place. A great race between those two.
Jim's riding really well, and up the back is a lot quicker than me, but I seem to be quicker at the end of the straight here and then round the first couple of corners, so I had to time it then and try and get him behind me up the back, otherwise he would have pulled away enough to win. So one of those plans that came together. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Today it did.
Yeah, there was speculation here from the experts that you were just holding back and could have taken the lead when you wanted it. Do you feel that?
I think I could have taken the lead on a few of the laps, but then I think Jim would have got me back up the back section. So if I thought I could have pulled away, I would have passed him earlier and tried to pull away, but I knew I couldn't, so I just waited till the last lap. And if I showed my hand too early, he could have probably blocked me on the last lap. So a little bit of sort of racemanship going into it, but only a bit.
More from Jamie later, but next it's the 600 Supersport machines. There was disappointment during the week when local hero Philip McCallan had to withdraw because of injury, so a local victory would have to come from some of our other top names in this well-matched, highly competitive class. With 4 laps to go, Derek Young and Richard Britton have it all to themselves.
This is going to go down to the wire, I think, this scrap for the lead. Through the chicane, fairways, Ringawadi at Dunsford. Exiting Ringawadi, the right-hander of Dunsford, and down the straight they go. 3rd, 4th, 5th, up to top gear, past the end of the pit wall, about 135 miles an hour on these production 600cc road bikes. The left-hander of Brooks, right-hander now of Island Gore. Richard Britton firmly established now in the lead on the Kawasaki, easing away. Larchwood, the left-hander, out of the hairpin. And Deegans, here they come. This is the 3rd place man, Jason Griffiths. And they're closing up on the back of Jason Griffiths. Number 12, Brian Gardner, is closing on Griffiths. So having once already gone past him, Griffiths is having to work again to defend his rear end from an extremely determined Brian Gardner. Down to 5th place has gone number 4, Maurice Ruddock, and back with the race leaders. Britain still. The left-hander again at Ringawadi, and then the sweeping right, at the bumpy sweeping right, onto Dunsford, onto the straight, away they go, head down behind the fairing. Getting in, elbows in, out of the wind, making themselves as small as possible to maximize the slipstreaming and minimize the drag of the air. Derek Young by no means has given up. Having led for at least 4 of these laps, he clearly wants to grab it again into the most important 2 laps, and they are just about to be coming up at the conclusion of this one. Third gear through here, into the right-hander. Oh, right and left, just knees skimming the curb. Tyres will be getting a little bit tired now. scuffing off the side tread. And in particular, at the end of the straight on the right-hander of Island Gore, that's a bend that's taken at about 90 miles an hour. And it's very punishing on a street tyre, not designed, basically, for this sort of use and this very, very grippy circuit. Look at the battle now for third, fourth, fifth and sixth. Griffiths under real pressure from number 12, Gardner. It looks like a new lease of life from Maurice Ruddock on the yellow bike. Griffiths having a look as well, as though he had a problem there. Gardner, number 12, on his Honda. So this is a real mixture of Hondas. I don't know what the collective noun is for Hondas, but a bevy, I think, will do for the purposes of this commentary. Up into third goes Brian Gardner past Griffiths. There's the race leader, Richard Britton. Kawasaki, and right with him, Derek Young on the Honda, who is hungry for this win. There's no doubt about that. Quite a bit at stake, a nice sum of money, and Gardner goes through. Gardner nips back into the lead, but can he defend that position for a lap and a half, which is what remains of this race? Next time they come down over the line, they will get the last lap flag. 10 laps, the full race distance, 18 miles of this 1.8 mile Bishop's Court circuit. Run by the Hillsborough Club, superbly run, I have to say, by the Hillsborough Club as ever. Third year the meeting's been held here, previously, of course, at Kirkeston. Last lap flag day. Now a battle royal opening up between Richard Britton, number 7 in second place, and Derek Young, number 5 on the Honda. And Britton making a bid for the inside and taking it. The Kawasaki rider diving through, Derek Young fighting back. Please, oh please, don't let them touch, because it's at times like this and it's oh so easy to make contact. The adrenaline's running high, everybody's keen, everybody's excited, and they know that time is running out. Young on the left. On the right, as you look at him, number 5, Derek Young, just on the back end of Richard Britton. Britton, I think, has done all he needs to do. I'll be very surprised. He's got to ride the tight lines now on the bends, not leave any doors wide open, and an invitation for Young. Oh, a twitch. That was the tyre. The tyre just let go for a second, and that will have unsettled Derek Young and given Richard Britton the impetus he needs to take it all the way to the flag. Derek Young was on the ragged edge, and it showed, and he almost lost it. What a huge gap they opened up over second place. Richard Britton took the win. Derek Young, number 5, in second place, and Brian Gardner, number 12, a brilliant, brilliant third. But there's your winner, number 7 on the Kawasaki, Richard Britton.
Richard, congratulations. Out of a very experienced field, I think it's fair to say that was a bit of a turn-up.
Yeah, it definitely was. Like, we only got the bike on Friday, and we never got a good really run on it until this morning. And thanks to Ian for bringing it over Ian Slater. Everything fell into place, sort of thing. Like, I had a good dice with Derek. Like, I knew he was going to come past, but where I didn't know. But I knew then where he was going, and that was a chicane. So I knew I had him on the bottom. So
yeah, you led for 5 laps in the middle. Then he took over. And what happened in the last lap when you regained the lead?
I just let off the brakes and went underneath him. That was the only way I could buy him. But bikes are much the same. Like, I think his maybe handles a wee bit better. Like, but I had him in the end.